Very good, very good morning to all of you. It's my pleasure to invite on stage our chief guest, Professor Balram Pani sir, Dean of Colleges, University of Delhi. Our guest of honor, Professor Rajni Abhi ma'am, Director South Campus, University of Delhi. Professor N.K. Oberoi sir, Professor P.G.D.A.V sir, Department of Mathematics, University of Delhi. Professor Kapil Kumar Sharma sir from Department of Mathematics, South Asian University, to kindly come on stage and grace the occasion with their presence. I request our worthy principal to please accompany the invited dignitaries to join them on the dais. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming our esteemed dignitaries with a big round of applause. Shalini ma'am, please accompany them. Dr. Shubham Jaiswal sir. शुरू करो तब तक हो जाएगा वो बोलते नहीं गाएंगे उसके बाद में कौन सा बजाना है बीयू कुल गीत बजेगा ये मैम ये माइक एक तरफ से ये गिर गया ये क्या बजा बोलो हेलो हेलो तो तब तक हो जाएगा I would like to request Professor Girish Chandra sir to please come on the stage. Thank you, sir. Kulgit is not just a song. It is a living reminder of who we are as an academic community and what we stand for. I request the technical team to play the Kulgit of the Delhi University and cherish the legacy of the Delhi University. Please stand for our Kulgit. जय जय जयति जय जय ज्ञान का लोक अनुपम श्रेष्ठ सुंदर दिव्य दिल्ली विश्वविद्यालय विरंगम जयति जय जय जयति जय जय ज्ञान का लोक अनुपम सकल वसुधा निज
समृद्धि इसकी लहरें, प्रेम शांति इसके तट ठहरे, सघन शांतिमय प्रबल कांतिमय, ये अटल निश्चय, ये भी जय जय, ये भी जय जय।
The time has come to formally welcome and felicitate our guest. For this, I request Principal Sir to welcome and honor our guest of honor, Professor Rajni Abhi ma'am, with a token of remembrance. In this sequence, I would like to request Professor Surendra Kumar sir to welcome and honor Professor N.K. Oberoi sir with a token of remembrance. I would like to request Professor Inaugural sir to welcome and honor Professor P.G.D.A.V sir with a token of remembrance. To welcome and honor Professor Girish Chandra sir with a token of remembrance. Thank you, ma'am. I would request Dr. Navshakti Mishra to welcome our worthy principal sir with a token of remembrance. Please give a huge round of applause. Thank you. I would request the Mental Party sir to welcome our convener of the ICMSCI to felicitate him. His hard work is ICMSCI. So please give a huge round of applause. He did very well from last 2 months.
Hello, 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 hello. मुंह पे बोल मुंह पे बोलो
Thank you. In the last year alone, pure mathematics has witnessed one in a generation breakthrough. From progress on Hilbert's century-old vision of rigorously connected microscopic particle dynamics to the macroscopic law of the fluid flows, to deep new results in the hyperbolic geometry and the long-standing three-dimensional Shakya problems that are redefining our understanding of space,
hello
measure, and complexities. These advances remind us that century is very much alive and still capable of surprising the world. At the same time, computational intelligence has moved from being a powerful tool to become a genuine research partner. Recent study shows that modern AI systems are now helping scientists and mathematicians from conjecture navigate massive literature, discover hidden patterns in networks, and even contribute to a new mathematical results under expert human guidance. In a parallel, AI-driven methods are transforming literally classical areas of mathematical sciences, optimization, numerical analysis, and stochastic modeling by enabling faster stimulation, more accurate forecasts, and data-driven discovery in the field ranging from material sciences and fluid dynamics to finance and epidemiology. Friends, डेटा बहुत है पर दिशा गणित ही देता है मशीनें बहुत हैं पर नियंत्रण का संतुलन गणित ही सिखाता है Looking ahead to 2026, in the convergence of mathematics, AI, and high performance computing is only accelerating. We see the rise of smarter edge and embedded intelligence, and quantum-aware algorithm, all of which depend critically on advances in numerical, linear algebra, optimization, probability, and discrete mathematics. आज की दुनिया में स्मार्ट वही है जो गणित में स्मार्ट है और इंटेलिजेंट वही है जो मानवीय मूल्यों से जुड़ा हुआ है. Our conference theme, mathematical sciences and computational intelligence, is therefore not merely a title, it is an invitation to connect pure theory with computation, to let algorithm and abstraction illuminate each other, and to explore how this energy can address some of the most pressing challenges to our time. Over the next 3 days, we hope the platform will foster exactly these conversations between analysts and data scientists, between geometric and linear machine learning experts, between theoreticians and practitioners. May the dialogue that being here lead to new theorems and new algorithms, and perhaps most importantly, new collaboration across border and disciplines. With this spirit of curiosity and collaboration, I warmly welcome you all as we begin. Let us carry one thought: mathematics gives intelligence its language. Computation intelligence gives mathematics its reach. Continuing in this day, academic business, I would invite our worthy principal, Professor Ravindra Kumar Sarji, for welcome address. It was his guidance and leadership which led to the scalability of this event in this stature. Please, sir.
Respected Chairman Sir, Shri Ajay Suri, Chairman Nominee Professor N.K. Oberoi Sir, Ex-Principal Hansraj College, today's Chief Guest Professor Balram Pani जी, अभी थोड़ी देर में पहुंचेंगे, सर से मेरी बात हुई है. Dean of Colleges, University of Delhi, Guest of Honor Professor Rajni Abhi, Madam, Director South Campus, University of Delhi, Professor P.G.D.A.V, Department of Mathematics, University of Delhi, Professor Kapil Kumar Sharma, Department of Mathematics, South Asian University, New Delhi. Professor Krish Chandra, HOD, Department of Statistics and Dean, Mathematical Sciences, University of Delhi. Distinguished members of the national and international advisory board, invited speakers, colleagues, dear students, ladies and gentlemen. Namaskar, good morning to everyone present here. As the principal of P.G.D.A.V College, it is my proud privilege to welcome you all to this 3-day international conference on mathematical sciences and computational intelligence 2026, organized by our Department of Mathematics under the aegis of IQAC in association with the Faculty of Mathematical Sciences, University of Delhi, IIT Mandi, and NIT Uttrakhand, and sponsored by Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation, Government of India, Anusdan National Research Foundation, ANRF, Central Bank of India, CSIR India, and DRDO. This conference has already become historic for our college and for the University of Delhi. We are delighted to share that more than 1,700 participants from India and abroad have registered. More than 1,700 participants from India and abroad. We are delighted have registered, including around 1,180 paper presenters, about 70 speakers, 30 special sessions, and 5 special issues are also planned in reputed journals and proceeding for a department of mathematics in a constitute college of Delhi University to host an event to this scale with such rich academic content is a matter of immense satisfaction and responsibility. तो आई थिंक ये हमारे लिए बहुत बड़ी बात है. इसका पूरा क्रेडिट हमारी पूरी टीम को, ऑर्गेनाइजिंग टीम को जाता है, जिन्होंने लास्ट अराउंड 1 ईयर से काम कर रहे हैं, लेकिन 6 मंथ से पूरी तरह से डेडिकेशन पे काम कर रहे हैं. उसी का रिजल्ट सर हमें ये अभी मिल रहा है. The theme mathematical sciences and computational intelligence has been very thoughtfully crafted. At its heart are a core mathematical discipline, algebraic geometry, number theory, cryptography, operator theory, functional analysis, special functions, and approximations theory, probability and statistics. These areas are not only the backbone of the curricula, they are the language in which we express structure, symmetry, randomness in a time when computations can be automated. The ability to think abstractly and prove carefully remains our strength. At the same time, the conference moves decisively towards applied mathematics and modeling, mathematical modeling and its applications, numerical methods and scientific computing, fractional calculus and its applications, optimization and operational research, applied mathematics in engineering and physical sciences, nonlinear dynamics, fluid mechanics, and mathematical biology. These areas transform equations into insight and translate theory into tools for engineering, climate science, epidemiology, finance, and beyond this. They ensure that mathematics contributes to speak to the grand challenge to our life of the time. The program also opens a wide window to physics and natural sciences as well as computing and engineering technologies. Topics such as blockchain and information theory, machine learning, artificial intelligence, and data science, and imagine process, soft computing, as well computational intelligence, and high performance and cloud computing in mathematics capture the reality that today's intelligence system, secure communication, and large-scale simulations are also mathematically designed and mathematically analyzed. The system between mathematical foundations and cutting edge computational techniques highlights so clearly in the conference brochure also. I would also like to acknowledge with gratitude the support we have received from the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation, Government of India, Anustan National Research Foundation, ANRF, Central Bank of India, DRDO, and CSIR, whose sponsorship signals the relevance of this conference to national priorities in defense, research, advanced technologies, and scientific innovations. I also place on record our deep appreciation for the Faculty of Mathematical Sciences, University of Delhi, IIT Mandi, NIT Uttrakhand by joining hands with P.G.D.A.V College to create this international platform for knowledge exchange, interdisciplinary research, and global partnership. Thank you. And also, I would like to my sincere efforts of our Department of Mathematics under the leadership of the TIC, Dr. Kumari Shalini, our conference organizing team, including Dr. Shubham Jaspal, convener, Dr. Navshakti Mishra, organizing secretary, and all the senior members of the department and the members of organizing team. ICMSCI 2026 has attracted an impressive galaxy of invited speakers and advisory board members from IITs, central universities, institutes of national importance, and leading universities across the world. Their presence ensure that over the next 3 days, our participants will be exposed to frontier research in pure and applied mathematics, as well as in computational and data-driven intelligence. Equally significant are the 30 special sessions which provide focus space for the consolidate, collaborate, and chart new directions for the research. It is also to mention that the young researchers and students, I would also say that this conference has been designed with you very much in mind, with over 1,000 presenters, multiple awards such as Young Researcher Award, Best Paper, Best Oral Presentation, and Best Student Presenter, and the possibility of publication of the research article in UGC approved Scopus and SCI index journals. ICMSCI 2026 offer you both recognition and academic environment. But more than that, it offers you a way to seeing mathematics and computational intelligence not as a separate but a continuum from theory to algorithm, from model to implementations. P.G.D.A.V College, since its establishment in the year 1957, has believed in combining academic excellence with holistic development. Our Department of Mathematics, with its long legacy and the vibrant Anant Mathematics Society, which is also the Department of Mathematics, the Anant Mathematics Society, has consistently demonstrated that a college department can contribute meaningfully to teaching, research, and national discourse in mathematics. Hosting ICMSCI 2026 is a natural extension of that journey, and I want to commend the entire organizing team for their vision, perseverance, and meticulous planning. As we formally inaugurate this conference, my hope is that the next 3 days will be characterized by intellectual honesty, openness to new ideas, and a spirit of collaboration that the institutional and disciplinary boundaries. May the discussions that begin in our lecture halls, corridors, and online sessions evolve into lasting collaborations, new projects, and perhaps the new mathematical and computational insights that benefit both science and the society. So, at the end, on the behalf of P.G.D.A.V College, University of Delhi, I extend a warm welcome once again to our chief guest, guest of honors, special invitees, invited speakers, session chairs, presenters, and all delegates from India and abroad. With this great pleasure, I declare the International Conference on Mathematical Sciences and Computational Intelligence ICMSCI 2026 open. Thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Many thanks for briefing the event, sir. Now I would like to invite Dr. Shubham Jaiswal, conference chair and convener of this international conference, to brief you about the program.
Thank you, Monica ma'am. First, good morning to all of you. Respected Chief Guest, Professor Badham Pani, Dean of College, University of Delhi. Guest of Honor, Professor Rajni Apni ma'am, Director, South Campus, University of Delhi. Professor P.G.D.A.V, Department of Mathematics, University of Delhi. Professor Kapil Kumar Sharma, Department of Mathematics, South Asian University, New Delhi. Professor N.K. Obrai sir, distinguished member of the National and International Advisory Board, invited speaker, colleague, dear students, ladies and gentlemen. It is my proud privilege to warmly welcome you all to the 3-day international conference ICMSCI 2026 organized by Department of Mathematics under the aegis of IQAC in association with Faculty of Mathematical Sciences, University of Delhi, IIT Mandi, and NIT Uttrakhand. This conference has already become historic for our college and for the university. We issued a call for a special session, and I am delighted to share that 31 special sessions have been proposed by eminent faculty members from diverse institutions. We have received more than 1700 abstracts from India and abroad, and after a rigorous peer review process, around 1120 abstracts have been selected for presentation. Nearly 65 distinguished faculty from India and overseas will deliver keynote and invited talk in 3 days. Five special issues in reputed Scopus Index Journal have also been planned for ICMSCI 2026. For a Department of Mathematics in a Constitute College of University of Delhi to host an academic gathering of this scale and depth is matter of immense satisfaction and equally great responsibility. The theme Mathematical Sciences and Computational Intelligence has been truthfully crafted to reflect both tradition and transformation. Mathematical sciences have long been the cornerstone of innovation, and the integration of computational intelligence has been transformed avenue in data science, artificial intelligence, optimization, reliability theory, fluid dynamics, applied statistics, and interdisciplinary research. ICMSCI 2026 aims to serve as a vibrant platform for exchanging ideas, showcasing cutting-edge research, and fostering meaningful academic collaboration. In this spirit, ICMSI 2026 aligned with the Honorable Prime Minister vision of Viksit Bharat 47 and national initiatives such as Digital India and Make in India, emphasizing real-led growth, technological safe reliance, and knowledge-driven progress. I greatly acknowledge the support by DRDO, CSIR, ANRF, MOSPI, and Central Bank of India for their sponsorship. I also express sincere appreciation to Faculty of Mathematical Sciences, University of Delhi, IIT Mandi, and NIT Uttrakhand for collaborating with P.G.D.A.V College in creating this vibrant international platform for academic exchange and interdisciplinary dialogue. ICMSCI 2026 has attracted an impressive constellation of advisory board members and invited speakers from IITs, central universities, institutes of national importance, and leading global institutions. Over the next 3 days, participants will engage with frontier research across pure mathematics, applied mathematics, and computational intelligence. The 70 technical sessions, including 31 special sessions, provided focus spaces for scholars to interact, collaborate, and chart new research direction. To our young researcher and student, I would especially like to say this conference has been designed with you at its heart. With more than 1,000 presentations, multiple recognitions such as Young Researcher Award, Best Paper Award, Best Oral Presentation Award, and Best Student Presenter Award, and opportunities for publication in Scopus Index outlets. ICMSCI 2026 offer both academic rigor and meaningful recognition. More importantly, it invites you to see the mathematics and computational intelligence not as separate silos but as continuum from theorem to algorithm, from model to implementation, from abstract reasoning to societal impact. I once again extend my heartfelt welcome to all you and wish ICMSI 2026 a truly enriching and memorable experience for every participant. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Thank you, Shubham sir. I would like to invite all the dignitaries for the book release. Shakti ma'am, Shalini ma'am, Dharmendra sir, Dharmendra Prasad. Please give a round of applause. Thank you, sir. Now this is time to welcome a proud new alumna, former Mayor of Delhi and legal luminary, our guest of honor of the day, Professor Rajni Abhi, Ma'am, Director, South Campus, University of Delhi. Ma'am, your leadership has been instrumental in strengthening outreach in the university, and we are privileged to have your encouragement for this conference. You are kindly requested to share your enriched thoughts in the August House.
Good morning, all of you. First of all, thank you very much for inviting me to this international conference on mathematical science and computational intelligence. Professor N.Q. Roy, who's always been a source of inspiration to all of us. I have seen him since my childhood because my father also was a part of P.G.D.A.V. He was in Hansraj College. And I really wonder and amaze the kind of energy he has at this age also. We must all take inspiration from Professor N.Q.Roy. Professor B.G.D.A.V, I have not known him personally much, but we have been together in many selection committees. And the kind of knowledge he has in mathematics really wonders me because all you new people who are there in maths, I mean, he can challenge you to any extent. And the kind of questions he used to, the basic questions he used to ask in the interviews really used to amaze us. Professor Kapil Kumar Sharma is from South Asian University and he also brings some knowledge from there. Professor Darvinder Kumar, who's the principal and architect of this conference, Professor Shubham, Professor Surendra, all the dignitaries and faculty who are sitting here in front of me, the participants of the conference and dear students. It is a great pleasure to welcome you all to this international conference on mathematical sciences and computational intelligence. As we gather here today, we stand at the intersection of two principal disciplines that are transforming our world: mathematical sciences with its rigor and elegance, and computational intelligence with its speed and adaptability. Mathematical sciences have been the foundation of scientific inquiry for many countries, providing the framework to model, analyze, and predict complex systems. From cryptography, securing our digital transactions, to optimization algorithms, streamlining logistics, mathematics is the silent engine behind much of modern innovation. I remember when we used to be children, our parents used to always tell us, whatever subject you go and take in your higher studies, but if your foundation of mathematics and science is good, then you can always be a good researcher, a good student, and a good human being also. Because it teaches you to be methodical and you can question anything. So if your foundation in maths is strong, I think you're already a brilliant scholar. Computational intelligence, on the other hand, is pushing the boundaries of how we process information, make decisions, and interact with technology. Machine learning, neural networks, data driven insights are revolutionizing fields as diverse as healthcare, finance, climate modeling, and space exploration. Nowadays, you know, there is an AI conference going on in our city. I really hope that AI would have solved the problem of traffic, also how to manage traffic in days of this conference. But of course, that is our future. But please remember one thing: AI is artificial intelligence. Natural intelligence is definitely better than artificial intelligence. And let us not forget to use our natural intelligence, because if artificial intelligence goes above us, then it can control us also. And probably what we see in science fiction movies, it can happen someday that we are all governed by artificial intelligence and we do not have any willpower of our own. The synergy between these fields is where the magic happens. By combining mathematical rigor and computational power, we are solving problems once thought insurmountable. We are enhancing AI's ability to learn and adapt, improving cybersecurity defenses, and unlocking new frontiers in quantum computing. Over the next few days, what I've been told, it's a conference of 3 days, you'll all dive into cutting edge research, engage in thought provoking discussions, and explore collaborations that transcend borders. Topics like AI ethics, which are very important, big data and analytics, quantum algorithms, and computational modeling of complex systems will challenge us to think bigger. I think the book which has been now released, around 1253 articles I could see there. And I was just sitting there and Professor Kapil Kumar was telling me that in generally in mathematics conference, we generally do not have such kind of huge participation. So all congratulations to P.G.D.A.V College for organizing such a kind of conference. And since the COVID times, we have learned that we can do things in a hybrid mode also. And that saves a lot of energy, a lot of money also. So this conference also I learned is in a hybrid mode. And all the participants who are participating from other countries, they are also welcome to this conference. This conference is just not about only sharing knowledge, it's about sparking connections. Whether you are an established researcher or an emerging talent, I hope that these interactions will inspire you and pursue bold ideas, foster global partnerships, and contribute to solutions that make a real world impact. As we embark on this intellectual journey together, let's celebrate curiosity, embrace collaborations, and drive innovation forward. Thank you for being part of this exciting endeavor, and let's make most of these 3 days. And I hope that all the participants who are participating in this conference will definitely take away something from this conference. Thank you for making me part of this conference. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. It is indeed a great privilege for us to listen from pearls of wisdom from you on this occasion. Now, I would like to invite to acknowledge the gracious presence of guest of honor, Professor N.K. Oberoi, Chairman nominee, governing body, ex-principal, Hansalaj College. Sir, we are welcoming you in this conference. Kindly share your thoughts for the participants.
Whenever I am asked to speak, I get into dilemma, and that is उर्दू में बोलूं, हिंदी में बोलूं, पंजाबी में बोलूं. मेरी मदर टंग पंजाबी, schooling in DAV, medium of instruction उर्दू, हिंदी आती नहीं बिल्कुल. No Hindi was taught in the school. This was a DAV school now in Pakistan, and इंग्लिश भी नहीं आती थी. एक क्लास में हिंदी पढ़ाया जाता था, एक में इंग्लिश. Rest all Urdu. The science examination also in Urdu. So when I came here to Delhi, joined Hindu College, pre-medical course. In the school, that time board examination is schools were only up to class 10. उसके बाद gradually after partition 11th and class 12 added. When I joined Hindu College pre-medical at the age of 16, I was really given a big jolt. Medium English, I won't understand anything. With great difficulty, I could get through pre-medical and got second division. I was very, very happy. Otherwise, I would have been failed. Now, मैं इसलिए कह रहा हूँ to speak whichever way you are comfortable. I have many, many things to narrate to you here because there's no Delhi University professor, registrar who was my student, present registrar. Madam Rajini, my daughter, in the sense, Andy Koo, her father, and I were together teaching at Hansraj College. And if I go on speaking, you'll get bored unnecessarily. But I'll just take few minutes only. My respect and esteemed respect for mathematicians. Does that mean that I don't care for history, economics, political science, or other subjects? Myself, my subject is biology. But far, far away from all these subjects, I have a great, great honor to tell you that mathematics is a very, very favorite subject, and I could not pursue it. In the school, my headmaster was a mathematics teacher. He used to teach mathematics and will give us class test every month. And he was such a good teacher, I tell you, that we were all waiting for the examination. आजकल एग्जामिनेशन के लोग टेंशन हो जाता है, but we were just very happy. Jaldi jaldi, all the time waiting for examination. That was mathematics. I was taught. वो mathematics था. अभी I am not much aware the pedagogy and methodology. लेकिन जरूर बताऊंगा. This is the right place, P.G.D.A.V, to have this international conference. Right. Principal Narendra Kumar, a small child at that time. This college, the founding principal, Dr. Datta, was a teacher of mathematics, but he was teaching maths also. After him, he was founder principal of Hansraj, so he came and founded this institution. उसके बाद Shanti Narayan, another teacher of mathematics, very well known. I'm talking of 50s and 60s. None of you were born, you were students. University head Ram Bihari, my own mathematics teacher, Hindu College, K.N. Kapoor, later on became vice chancellor. So that was the time when we had a mathematics in this very college, Shantinan, after Shantinan, a very, very long tenure of a principal, Principal Mohanlal. He was a mathematician. 25 years he was a teacher of mathematics. After that, there's a Bhatia. He was also a mathematics teacher. And I don't know after that maybe. And you have present mathematics teacher. No other college have a series of mathematics teacher. Or क्या चाहिए? This is the place we are very fortunate. And why? I feel. You see, you must have heard the word STEM. Science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. I've asked many people, educationists, eminent educationists, they are present, mathematicians all over. STEM में mathematics last क्यों है? Science, technology, engineering, and maths. Because maths is the base. Without maths, you cannot proceed further. Even to understand literature, actually, I've gone through literature. I'm now in a stage I don't read much about subject, but I read more books on scriptures and religion. And religion is one thing which people ignore. This is the only subject that must be taught in every school and college. You tell me, well, we talk about values, honesty, compassion. ये कहाँ से आई हैं चीज़? Really think on that thing. And mathematics also. It's an abstract. There's no observational proof. In others, many subjects, you make observation of an object and then interpret it. Mathematics, all. Now I'll tell you a little story about it. M is equal to cm square. Recently, in one of our schools, in P.G.D.A.V school here in Delhi, a head teacher, हम principal को I prefer to call them head teacher. Principal पढ़ाना सब बंद कर देता. Today you are a teacher, tomorrow you become principal, you stop teaching. They are not good thing. They had teacher, principal came to class 5 and asked the teacher, please call your best student, best talented student. कौन है उसको लेके आओ. He was brought there. The principal asked him, we want to test the talent क्या चीज है. Before I go further, let me tell you. I had gone to study in USA. I was there for about 10 years. I was teaching as well. First time when I went to University of Wisconsin, campus, very huge campus for students' facilities. I was going for evening after finishing my work in the lab. And I was walking to my apartment. I was given a fellowship, too much of amount. That time, 1964, $600 a month. And my expenditure was not more than 200. My salary here was 400 rupees. You can imagine how much money. Anyway, now I was walking one evening, an American coming and asked me, are you Indian? I said, yes, you must be a mathematician. Now this is a situation that prevailed not only at that time, even after that, I've been there for 10 times. I find the mathematicians of India are highly respected. They think India is a hub of mathematicians. Even today, our Indian talent, superb. We unnecessarily, but majburi se exporting this talent. Otherwise, they can make wonders, our students here. So that story I ended because I don't want to take time here. When the principal asked the teacher, अपने best student को लेके आओ, talented student. She brought a student. Teacher, then the principal asked the student, look, I give you two cats. I give you two cats. Again, I give you two cats. And again, I give you two cats. How many cats you have? The boy says 7. Principal was amazed. Is this the talent? She again repeated, I gave you two cats, I gave you two cats, I gave you two cats. Answer, he said 7. She was disappointed. Before letting him go, she again asked him, okay boy, I give you two apples. Again two apples. And again two apples. How many apples you have? He says 6. She was more puzzled. Principal was most puzzled. She thought there's something wrong with this boy. So before she could kick him out, उसने कहा, मैडम एक मिनट प्लीज. You told me, you gave me, अब सुनिए प्लीज, ये मैथमेटिशियन के लिए बहुत जरूरी है, वो एक वर्ड. You said you gave me two apples, again two apples, and again two apples, and how many apples you have? There's one apple, sorry, first two cats. You gave me two cats, another two cats, again two cats. I have one fat cat at my home. So total is 7. If you had asked me, madam, that how many I gave you, I would have said 6. You said how many you have? I said 7. उन्हें पढ़ा दिया टीचर को भी, तो मैथमेटिशियन का वो बच्चा बहुत बहुत इंटेलिजेंट. Now this is a mathematics. I have many more things to talk, but really I am at this time don't want to take much time. I'm feeling very much obliged to this college here, principal, having asked me to come and say a few words. I'm representing the management committee and our management committee, mathematics की story बहुत बड़ी है. I don't know all these things will be narrated here or not, but without mathematics, हमारी जिंदगी ठीक नहीं है. Without mathematics, हम खुश नहीं रह सकते. ये जिंदगी ऐसी है, मेरी और मैथमेटिक्स की कहानी है. यही आप सबको मेरे बहुत बहुत बधाई हो, ब्लेसिंग्स हो कि आप जितने भी स्टूडेंट्स हैं कि मैथमेटिक्स के बगैर आप आगे नहीं चलेंगे. विदाउट मैथमेटिक्स, माय लव is only with the mathematics. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. We are very much enriched from your talk. Now I would like to invite a renowned mathematician and former head of department and dean of faculty, University of Delhi, Professor P.G.D.A.V, as guest of honor for the day. With dual research degree, Ph.D. and D.Litt in science, he has made seminal contribution to coding theory, information theory, cryptography, applied algebra, and discrete mathematics, publishing over 100 research papers, editing 7 books, and supervised 33 PhD and numerous MPhil students, scholars. As internationally recognized figure, he has delivered more than 150 invited and plenary talks across North America, Europe, and Asia, and collaborated with over 20 overseas researchers. His leadership roles include President, Mathematical Sciences section of the International Science and Congress, Chairman, National Committee of India Mathematical Year 2009, President, Academy of Discrete Mathematics and Applications, and membership of National Committee that established several centers of mathematical sciences in premier institutions across India, as well as serving as an ambassador of the Indian Congress of Mathematics 2014 in South Korea. We will welcome you, sir, and eager to hear your illuminated thoughts. Please, sir.
Professor Oberoi, Professor Rajni Abhi, Professor Kapil, Professor Girish, Principal Sir Professor Dravinder Kumar, and two more names, Professor Balram Pani, who could not join us, and Professor Asim Miglani also. I see his name. He is Vice Chancellor of Indira Gandhi University, Mirpur, Rewari, and a mathematician and a close friend of mine also. Many things have been said here, but let me just tell you and share with you that I am happy to be associated with this function for reasons more than one. And one of the foremost reason is that I have taught in this institution for 22 years. For me, it is homecoming, coming to my home back. I started my career from here. This is my alma mater. And after moving to the main university department, I have always been in touch with the mathematics department here. And whatever little I have learned And most of the part of that knowledge which I have acquired was during the time when I was a faculty here in this institution. Many things have been said about mathematics that it's very important. It is really, undoubtedly. People are afraid of mathematics. This is also true. More than students, there is a fear in the minds of the parents about mathematics. And the reason being that they feel that after some stage, they may not be able to teach their own words because the nature of mathematics is changing day by day. Mathematics was known as queen of all sciences until 70s, and now it is known as mother of all technologies. But still, look at the irony of the situation, that when we talk of the highest academic awards, which is considered to be Nobel Prize, then there is no Nobel Prize in mathematics. Look at the irony of the situation. And Alfred Nobel, who, when instituted these awards, wrote in his will several conditions, that the constitution of the committee, the duration of the committee, and finally, he said, no, not finally, but just one step ahead, he wrote and identified the subjects to be covered under this Nobel Prizes. There were 10 subjects which were mentioned at that time. And the most stunning part was when he wrote the last line, that mathematics has to be kept out of this fray for all times to come. And this is but natural that when such type of a dictation is there, then many kinds of stories get spoiled up. And one of the most prevalent story is that the wife of Nobel was in affair with a mathematician. And still we say that mathematics is a dry subject, and so are mathematicians. But fact is that mathematics was never dependent on the kind of prizes and awards. Mathematics was supposed to grow for its own sake for all times to come. And it grew, and it's growing continuously. The fact is that mathematics has helped several other disciplines to fetch Nobel Prizes in those subjects. And the foremost example in that category is of John William Nash. He was an economist. He developed several applied mathematical models, and those models are known as game theoretic models. They are just simple extension of linear programming problems, which we teach at +2 level as well as at undergraduate and postgraduate level also. And in the larger way, we call that as optimization. So he had developed several kinds of game theoretic models, probabilistic, non-probabilistic, and several eight. And the most popular was Nash equilibrium model. And because of those models, he could fetch Nobel Prize in economics. And the reason was not that he carried out the research in applied mathematics, The reason was that those models found immense and enormous applications, particularly in the agricultural sciences. And after that, there have been a couple of other instances also where the original research work was confined to mathematics only, the development in mathematics only. But fetched Nobel Prizes in other subjects. This was just a glaring example, and I'm saying it with full sense of responsibility that when this 10+2 scheme was introduced in the country, then at that time there was some kind of a blunder which was committed by the academic administrators of this country. And the blunder was that while choosing the scheme at +2 level, particularly the science stream, there were two kinds of streams which the child had the option to choose from. One was medical, another was non-medical. And many of the students, they used to opt for medical scheme, not that they were interested in medical sciences, but they used to choose medical stream because the government had given the option that in case if they go in for medical stream, then they may not have to study mathematics. And this scheme was religiously followed in India, in north of India particularly. The outcome of this kind of a mistake was realized after 30 years. Almost after 30 years, it was realized when India could produce best of mathematicians, India could produce best of medical scientists, but they were all practicing medical scientists. There were no meaningful researches carried out by medical experts, and the reason was that they lacked in mathematics. I just ask you to consult the libraries and look for journals in medical sciences. You will find you just go on turning the pages without understanding what is given over there. You just go on turning the pages and you will find a lot of mathematics is there almost on every page. Mathematics is being used as a tool for medical sciences. And this was when this situation was realized, then Government of India through Ministry of Science and Technology, they constituted some kind of a commission to look into the possibilities to create a common platform where mathematicians and medical experts could join hands together. And coincidentally, I was picked up as a member of that commission at that time. And we started making the exercise from one of the leading institutions of the country, Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore. When our committee, which comprised of mainly mathematicians and statisticians, when we visited that institute and we were trying to explore the possibilities, I mean, we were just ignorant. We didn't know how to take a decision. And at one point of time, we had made up our mind to give up this exercise as far as that institution is concerned. But still, we continued that effort for one more day when we came across with one of the demonstrations which was shown to us by people of molecular biology that when brain cells are cut into slices, then the kind of fractals, the kind of images, the kind of differential equations which gets birth out of that procedure, they were enormous. The kind of differential equations were a challenging problem even for mathematicians to solve. And that was the beginning, and the committee took the decision to institute the first center of mathematical biology in the premises of Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore. The purpose of having told this incident has been for the young researchers who wish to carry out research in mathematical biology. They can think of visiting IISc Bangalore, and believe me that that center is still functional after almost 13 years. And once you write to the director of IISc, then they will give you the opportunity to visit that institute, stay over there for a fortnight, consult their library, consult and interact with the faculty over there. And the local hospitality is wonderful. You will enjoy the good international food also of IISc Bangalore during your stay, and it's all free of cost. So this is just to tell you. Before, when I was to come to this podium, I was asked by the organizers to confine to a short speech, short address. Probably they thought that after getting retired for almost 10 years, I will be getting the opportunity to speak, and I may not, I will continue to go on speaking and speaking. But anyway, I mean, don't worry, I will not take much time. But I do want to share, and I come to one of the latest part about the applications of mathematics. We all know that India successfully launched Chandrayaan 3. And immediately after the launch of Chandrayaan 3, we launched another satellite, spaceship, that was named as Aditya L1. This is natural that when we are saying Aditya L1, then there must be L2, L3, something like that. But the point is that what is this L? And this is a matter of pride for we mathematicians, that this L stands for Lagrange. We teach Lagrange's theorem, Lagrange's multipliers, Lagrange equations. We teach so many things after the name of Lagrange. So this is L1 is the Lagrangian distance. This is the distance between the Earth and the Sun. So now we want to conquer Sun also. And it's not possible because there is so much of heat over there. So to make this exercise successful in the future, the distance between Earth and Sun has been divided into 5 stages: L1, L2, L3, L4, and L5. Obviously, L1 is the farthest from the Sun and nearest from the Earth. So we have been successful in going up to L1. And when the effort was being made to go up to L2, then believe me that we found that there was so much of heat over there that everything will get melted. And it was just not possible. researchers continue to make their efforts. And in one of the laboratories, South Korea has succeeded to develop temperature to the tune of the temperature of the sun in their laboratory, but it could last only for 48 seconds. Only for 48 seconds. But certainly, this gives us a ray of hope that we continue this exercise and start upgrading the sustaining power from 48 seconds to next target. Just last example, we have been talking of AI. AI summit is going on. In this conference also we are talking of computational intelligence. You see, people are used to raising controversies. And one of the controversy which was raised was regarding the painting of Mona Lisa. I'm sure that many of you might know that the original painting of Mona Lisa has been fixed in the Musée du Louvre in Paris. And the beauty of that painting is that if you peep into the eyes of Mona Lisa from anywhere, it will continue to peep in your eyes. And the controversy raised was whether Mona Lisa was male or female. This is the kind of controversy which has been raised. And if a controversy is being raised, then naturally a team has to be constituted, and the team is constituted mainly by mathematicians, statisticians, and computer scientists. And this committee will look into this aspect as to whether Mona Lisa was male or female by taking the images, by taking the pixels, and by carrying out many kinds of exercises. They will do. And I'm sure that they will come out with a solution after some more time, not that at this moment. This topic, interdisciplinary mathematics, is one of my favorite topics. And I can go on speaking on this topic for hours and hours, but I must restrict myself. I should not tax your patience anymore. But I would like to give an advice to my youngsters that if you want to learn mathematics, then you will have to rise above the level of theorem proof, question answer, problem solution. You will have to develop some kind of individual innovative skill within yourself. And believe me that nothing is difficult. You can do it. I'm reminded of the saying of one of the greatest philosophers of India, Dr. Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan. He was President of India when the demise of the second Prime Minister of India, Lal Bahadur Shastri, took place. And Dr. Radhakrishnan was asked to make a comment on that. So he said, sincerity is better than ability. So you have to be sincere in your approach. In case if you want to carry out meaningful research, then you have to be sincere in your approach. Never think that I will not be able to do this, I will not be able to do that. Never think in these terms. You be sincere, you make a sincere effort, and the results will follow on its own. So with these words, I thank you all for giving me such a patient hearing. Thank you very much.
As a distinguished mathematician and a member of National Advisory Body of this conference, your contribution to the growth of mathematical sciences in our university is deeply valued. Now it's time to listen another guest of honor of the day, Professor Kapil Kumar Sharma sir from South Asian University, New Delhi. Professor Sharma is an applied mathematician specializing in numerical methods for differential equation with over 2 decades of research and teaching experience. A postgraduate from Kurukshetra University, he qualified both the NET and the lectureship and the GATE and completed his P.G.D.A.V from IIT Kanpur in 2004 under Professor M.K. Kadivajo, developing a theory for the numerical treatment of singularity perturbed differential difference boundary value problems. He has served on the faculty for the Center of Advanced Study in Mathematics, Punjab University, Chandigarh, and held a prestigious INRIA postdoctoral fellowship at University the Bordeaux for France, where he co-developed the computing zoom technique for stimulating elliptic partial differential equation. Professor Sharma has supervised a PhD scholar with two more currently working under his guidance and contributed to the global applied mathematics community as a long-time editorial board member of the Elsevier Journal Applied Mathematics and Computation. Sir, academic fraternity is eagerly waiting for your enriched thoughts.
Thank you for nice introduction, and I will not take much time because I am thinking of your IT or maybe lunch. So, very good afternoon to one and all dignitaries on the dais, Professor Guest of Honor, Professor P.G.D.A.V, Professor O'Brien, Professor Grease, Professor Ravinder Kumar, Principal P.G.D.A.V, and Professor Grease, eminent speakers, and dear participants. It gives me immense pleasure to address this august gathering on the occasion of inaugural of International Conference on Mathematical Sciences and Computational Intelligence. I was discussing earlier with ma'am that this big number of participation is very rare in mathematics. I over my academic career of over many decades, I did not find such number of participation in mathematics except ICM or ICM, International Congress Mathematics Congress, and ICM. So it's a big congratulations to the Subham and his team who have sent the big number. So after evolution of high computing power, so now you see the application of mathematics is more visible to the society. Though in last 2 decades, there is not much advancement in the theory of mathematics, but due to advancement of development of sophisticated algorithms and high computing power, so now we are in position to simulate the mathematical model more precisely. If you see still in weather forecasting, still we are using the same model which we developed in 50s, a bunch of partial differential equation. But you see now we are getting very accurate predictions. So this is because of now we are in position to simulate model or to find the solution of the model more precise. So basically how we use mathematics to answer the problem of the society. So first we convert a real life problem into a mathematical problem. using the concept of mathematics, rule of mathematics, and physics of the problem, which we called mathematical model. The next step to analyze that mathematical problem for well-posedness. Well-posedness means the problem must have a unique solution, and the second part is the solution must be stable. So to have a unique solution, so it's I mean not justified, but did you analyze why it should be stable? What is the meaning of stable? Means the change in input must make a small change in output. What does it mean? It means that the change in output must be bounded by change in input. Means that your solution must not be sensitive. So what is the use of this information? So when you go for, I was simulating your mathematical model or problem. So basically you use some machine, and each machine it has finite capacity. Still, I'm afraid that we don't have any supercomputer which can store number 1 by 3. Once you are typing on your keyboard 1 by 3, so you think that your computation or calculation is being using the number 1 by 3 exactly, but no, it is some it is crunching the number, some approximate number. So you basically you are playing with approximate information. So if your solution is sensitive, more sensitive, so it means that a small change in the input, whatever you are giving, so it will blow up your solution. So you want to go to Jaipur, so you will leave to Jodhpur. So that's why this stability is important. If you are not using any machine, you are just doing calculation with yourself, with your infinite capability. So then there is no need of stability. So now here the theme of the conference is divided into two parts. One is the mathematical sciences, and another is computational intelligence. So dear participant, I will give you a small example that how these are related with the themes. So if I ask Das sir that how would be the weather of Delhi in the month of February, so based on his experience, he stayed in Delhi, so he can predict that, he can tell. So this is nothing but this is a data-driven model or data-driven prediction. So AI is doing the same thing. On the other way, if we are getting the weather forecasting from the meteorological department, so there they are getting this information using the science behind, not only on their experience that how much moisture would be there and this and that. So that is based on the mathematical modeling. So this is where the basic difference. So nowadays the times comes that this is not sufficient machine learning without mathematics. Now modelings or we are doing, so that is basically hybrid based on pins, physical informed neural network. So basically that is also using the science, not only based on the data. So dear participant, I will not take much time. I am sure that you might have heard all the eminent speakers ranging from Professor Kadal Baju, Professor Piyush Chandra, Professor Santa, and many more at one or other platform. But I am afraid to bring them at one platform is a Herculean task. And for that also, I congratulate Professor Davinder Singh, Professor Subham and his team. They bring them at one platform. I advise the young researcher it's fine. If you are not attending the inaugural session, that's fine, acceptable, but don't miss the academic session. Attend all the academic session, try to interact with each other to develop new collaboration, learn from the eminent speaker. All the speakers are stalwart in their field of interest. So with these words, I rest my voice. So wish you all the best for your future. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Now I would like to invite Professor Girish Chandra, sir, Head of Department, Dean of Faculty, Mathematical Sciences, to say few words to our audience.
Thank you so much, Professor Oberai, Professor Das, Professor Kapil Kumar, Professor Darvinder Kumar, all the esteemed faculties, researcher, and students present here. I think you all are waiting for your technical session. I will not take much time. Just to say that, first of all, I would like to congratulate to the P.G.D.A.V College for organizing such a wonderful conference on mathematical science and computational intelligence in this era where the essence of this conference and the theme is required both in timely as well as the significant of this particular theme where one area we are almost in India also in many of the parts we are organizing and we are going to grow the area of artificial intelligence and machine learning. I think it is the best time to integrate all the disciplines like mathematics, statistics, computer intelligence together and to give the solution on this. I just remember one sentence that Professor Das was saying about mathematical biology because I was a long time in a forest research institute, right? So where I have seen that the biological person and but who has the discipline of biology, they are much afraid about the discipline of mathematics. As soon as they see about some formula and something, so they see that you know what kind of research and what kind of theory we have. But now I have seen that they are working with the mathematician, they are working with the other discipline, so that the new area are going to emerge. For example, in forestry sciences, I just reminded you about the functional analysis, population dynamics, where we can predict about the growth of any sapling or sampling, sapling or tree. So based upon the eigenvector and eigen values. So I think it is a very good integration of all, including the mathematics as well as the biology, given together. So I will not say here much more because all well eminent speakers we have here. But I would like to say only that this particularly this P.G.D.A.V college and all that, this conference will going to be definitely helpful for all the stakeholders. I will say definitely that it will give at least some new innovation ideas and some new areas of research which will emerge from here, and at least they will it will solve our societal problem. So I would again like to thank you so much for giving me the chance. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. Now I would like to invite Organizing Secretary of this conference, Dr. Navshakti Mishra, to deliver formal vote of thanks.
Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of the organizing committee, it is my proud privilege to propose the vote of thanks for the inaugural ceremony of our international conference in mathematics. We express our deep sense of gratitude to our esteemed chief guest, Professor Balram Pani, Dean of Colleges, University of Delhi, for graciously accepting our invitation and inspiring with the academic tone for the conference. We are especially thankful to our special invitee, Dr. Aseem Miglani, sir, Vice Chancellor, Indira Gandhi University, and a distinguished professor of mathematics. His association with this discipline has made this conference particularly significant and motivating for the academic community gathered here. I I would also like to thank Professor N.K. Oberoi, sir, Chairman Nominee Governing Body, ex-Principal Hansraj College, for his valuable insights and blessings to our conference. Our sincere thanks are due to our distinguished guests of honor, Professor Rajni Api, Director South Campus, Professor Kapi Kumar Sharma sir, South Asian University, and Professor P.G.D.A.V sir, University of Delhi, for gracing this occasion and enriching the inaugural ceremony with their valuable insights and academic vision. I extend my heartfelt thanks to the respected Principal Dr. Darvinder Kumar sir for his constant guidance and institutional support. We sincerely thank all the participants for their enthusiastic involvement that forms the very essence of this international academic gathering. My sincere appreciation goes to all the members of the organizing committee for their dedicated efforts in planning and successfully conducting this inaugural session. I also thank our student volunteers for their enthusiasm, discipline, and smooth conduction, which ensured that the ceremony was conducted seamlessly. I am equally grateful to all the teaching and non-teaching staff of P.G.D.A.V College for their continued cooperation and support. With this, I thank you all once again. Thank you.
Thank you, Shakti. All of you are requested to raise your seats for Vande Mataram, followed by Jan Gan Man.
First floor common room and ground floor canteen for the faculty and research scholar for hygiene.